Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Neeb and ShoWTimE on Newkirk Precinct. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Neeb, hailing from Ting and the United States of America. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE from Arma Team and Germany. Woo! ShoWTimE been around for a while, one of the best Protoss players on Earth, and Neeb, up and coming. I think he's established himself as one of the best Protoss players on Earth as well. So two very high-level Protoss players coming at you today. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead, sit back and relax, and let me take you through this replay. Okay, so PvP. Every single PvP that I cast has a mirrored production tab up until its cybernetics core. Let's see if it holds true today. Double assimilator, one gateway, one probe into Nexus. Are you checking for Nexus there? Nope. Double gateway. Oh, there it is. Double gateway coming in for both these players. They even have them located on basically the same places, mirrored on their different sides of the map. It's insane. It is just the most ideal way to open in PvP. There is no variation. Like, I cannot believe the differences we're seeing here. Cybercore. Same place? Kind of the same place. ShoWTimE's a little bit south of Neeb's. Again, mirrored on the opposite side of the base. So yeah, there's the cyber core, and there's a pylon. Do we have a pylon coming up inside the mineral? Yep, there it is. Inside the mineral line. It actually decreases. This pylon you might think is in the way, but it actually decreases the distance from the assimilator to the Nexus on that side. Same thing with this pylon here as well. So I mean, these players, I don't know who came up with this, but they both agreed on some level that is the optimal way to go, and that's what you get. So after Cybernetics Core, we'll see what happens next of all. Also, what comes out of these gateways is different often. It's going to be Stalkers or Adepts. Mothership Core coming out for both players. Adepts on the way for ShoWTimE, and Adepts on the way from Neeb. So, all right, same darn thing. Warp Gate Research coming up as well. Looks like Neeb's a tiny bit behind ShoWTimE, which I don't know if that matters at this point in the game, but man alive, look at these people. They are just 29 out of 31, 23 on the workers there as well. It is crazy. It is crazy talk how completely the same this is. Adepts coming in here. We do have a scouting probe from ShoWTimE. Neeb is not scouting, so ShoWTimE lost some mining time there, which might mess us up a little bit. It is a quick Stargate out of ShoWTimE, and it's going to be a Sentry and a Stalker coming out from Neeb instead. That's where his money goes at this stage of the game. So moving out are some Adepts for Neeb, and moving out are some Adepts for ShoWTimE. Sonic transferring their way. Both players, yep, both players Sonic transferring their way. Seeing each other, passing in the night, and then they're just going for it. They don't care. They don't care that Adepts are heading towards their base because they're going towards the other base. Expansion up for Neeb, actually a lot sooner than ShoWTimE here, because ShoWTimE again went for the Stargate. He's saving up some money for something here. Is he trying to expand? He might try to expand, but there's Adepts here from Neeb. Neeb checks for the expansion, does not see one, decides to head on back home to try to assist with the defense against these Adepts. Stalker here. Mothership Core here, ready to photon overcharge if these Adepts actually decide to finish the transfer inside this mineral line, and they do not because they're too smart for that. ShoWTimE decides to sit outside instead. Still just barely expanding here is ShoWTimE, and Neeb's expansion is already halfway done. It is an Oracle. I thought there might be an Oracle in this game, so ShoWTimE's Oracle's name is Katy Perry, also known as the pop star Katy Perry. Oh, Adepts do come back here into the mineral line of Neeb's, and they do kill two probes, but they're going to die. One dies very quickly. The other one going to take some shots and dead as well. Yeah, so I mean, two Adepts for two probes, probably not the greatest. The scouting information is nice. He did see the Twilight Council, which is wonderful. But here comes our Oracle, which is a little bit of surprise. I'm not sure that Neeb is entirely expecting an Oracle at this stage in the game, but Katy Perry moves on out, ready to murder a whole bunch of these probes and see exactly what they are up to. There's that wolf head down there on the side of the building. Oh, never mind. There are Stalkers waiting for this. Photon overcharge up 2, and oh, 18 hit points left on the Oracle. Got one kill, and Katy Perry's like, yeah, that was bad. That was not the best place I've ever been. That was very hostile, in fact. Another Oracle coming in for ShoWTimE, though. He likes these Oracles. Probably just going to be used mostly for Revelation. At this point, bringing some Stalkers into the natural mineral line is Neeb, and ShoWTimE's expansion still isn't done yet. He's so behind on that, and the Oracle didn't really do enough damage to justify it. So I feel like at this point, Neeb has a bit of a lead. I mean, it's not incredibly in the lead here to the point that you can stop watching for the next 15 minutes and call it good. No. There's a lot more StarCraft to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Blink being researched by Neeb. And a forge. I like that. That's a quick forge from him. Is there any sign of the forge? No, it's a robotics facility from ShoWTimE. No forge, plus getting an observer. For scouting, Yes, that'll be nice, but I don't see Neeb going for anything that is cloaked. 2 oracles coming into this natural base. I don't know about that. Killing a couple probes. Not really focusing down the wounded oracle. Adept comes in here as well. Does get murdered. So what do we got here? We've killed 6 probes as ShoWTimE, but lost 4 adepts in the process. And I mean, resources lost will tell us the story, right? It's 450 resources lost for Neeb and 500 for ShoWTimE. So fairly even that way, but more gas, I would say. More gas lost for ShoWTimE, which is kind of a big deal. In the PvP matchup, Twilight Council for ShoWTimE just now warping here inside the main base. But Immortal production has begun for ShoWTimE as well, which is really nice. In PvP, I mean, if you're not going Sky Toss, you need Immortals. You just do. Your opponent's going to have a lot of Stalkers. Immortals are so good against them. They're good against other Immortals, which your opponent's going to have. It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. Like, I'm going to get Immortals because my opponent's going to have Immortals, and then they're going to have Immortals because you're going to have Immortals. It's kind of a Cold War, like mutually assured destruction type situation. Katy Perry and Friend, both very low on hit points, 28 and 18 between them. I'm going to try to come over here and possibly get some more probe kills, but Photon Overcharge and these pylons are waiting for them. Why don't you just come in right here and get double Photon Overcharge from the backside and the left side and see how you like that. They decide they do not. Katy Perry and Oracle going to sneak on in to check for a third base. There's not one there. There's the Photon Overcharge baited. Revelation 2. Blink Stalkers picking off one of the Oracles. No, still alive. ShoWTimE's control is too good for that. Stalkers showing up to ShoWTimE's base, but there is an Immortal and 4 Stalkers. Or 3. Yeah, 4 Stalkers to the 4 Stalkers that Neeb brought. So he has an equal number of Stalkers, and in addition, there's an Immortal. So that is a defense. That's what I call a defense, ladies and gentlemen. A Stasis Ward on the top of the ramp here for ShoWTimE, too. I like that. That's the other thing these Oracles can do that I always forget about because you don't see it very often. But today, ShoWTimE is a fan of the Stasis Ward. Who's going to take a third base first? It looks like Neeb's going to go for that third first, and he'll be safe enough to do so. Here, 400 minerals, there we go, 4,500 there. Both players constantly scouting with Hallucinated Phoenix and getting perfect images of what their opponent is doing. I don't think there's anything hidden from anybody in this game. No, there's really not. It's all the same stuff. All the same stuff. Oracle, still alive, 12 hit points. I think, did the Oracle pick off that probe? 6 probes killed? No, I don't think so. But scouted the third base timing anyway there, and a third base now coming up for ShoWTimE. To the left of his natural, not to the north of his as Neeb did. But that's just fine. Flying in, Hallucinated Phoenix again. Both players just kind of hanging out. Nobody's really decided to make a major push. At any point, at 7.5 minutes into this game, Disruptor production has begun for ShoWTimE. I like the 3 Immortals and Disruptors. I might have to say ShoWTimE's in the lead at this point with his 3 Immortals to the 1 that Neeb has. Plus, the Stalker count's not that different. Okay, it's 13 to 9. Neeb has more now. He just warped him in. But again, the Disruptor thing's nice. 59 to 46 Harvesters, though. Neeb has way more probes. Way more probes than ShoWTimE has. So unless ShoWTimE can win in the next little bit here, that's going to hurt him into the mid and the late game. But again, it's ShoWTimE. You can't count him out just because he's down in worker supply in the first 8 minutes of a game. He'll be okay. I think he'll be just fine. I'm not going to worry about him. Plus 2 attack coming in from Neuro here on his... Neuro? On Neeb. Did I say Neuro? I meant Neeb. I did. I do have a Neurocast either earlier today or possibly tomorrow scheduled. I do like to schedule in advance. First major attack, ShoWTimE moving across the map with Stalkers with no attack upgrades whatsoever. Plus 1 attack is like 20 seconds away. 3 Immortals and a Disruptor. Stalkers do have that plus 1 done already for Neeb, and he has a Disruptor of his own, so it's going to be Disruptor Tennis. We have not seen a Disruptor Tennis game in a while. Back and forth we go. Purification Nova is not really hitting much of anything because Blink Stalkers are really hard to hit. What you want to do is try to catch the Disruptors, which are not fast, and the Immortals, which are not fast. Can't really get Stalkers unless your opponent's just careless, and neither of these players are careless. Adepts coming into this third base of ShoWTimE, and good reaction time pulling those probes out. Might lose 1? Nope. Loses 0 probes. Does ShoWTimE. He's lost none. He's lost 0 probes in this game so far. That's pretty good control. 61 to 68 Harvesters. Neeb has a lead. And here we go. Revelation thrown down on Neeb's army as well, which just makes this so much easier for ShoWTimE. If you know where your opponent is, where everything is, it's really quite awesome. Hallucinated Phoenix coming in to compensate for the fact that Revelation did wear off on Neeb's army, despite the fact that it feels like it never wears off. It does. It wears off from time to time. 43 seconds, I believe, which feels like forever in game time. Katy Perry moving. I think I'm going to assume this is Katy Perry checking for a 4th base from Neeb. Does not see one. That's a good feeling. Hallucinated Phoenix flying into the main base of Neeb as well. Are there any Stargates? Any chance this is a quick Sky Toss changeup? Because that would be bad news for me. I have Stalkers, but not much else that can shoot up, and no surprise. Revelation on 1 of Neeb Stalkers. So he puts it in exile and says, you are reporting information about our army to the enemy. So you stay there for a minute. And coming on from the bottom side with the flank. Oh, can he catch the Disruptors on the Immortals? Big time hit on the Immortals, weakening them there. There's the Purification Nova Tennis, though. Back and forth we go. Can he catch one? Oh, he does catch one of Neeb's Disruptors. Pretty, oh, not a great split there by Neeb. Losing some Stalkers as well. Another one dies. Ouch. Ouchity, ouch, ouch. 8 Stalkers killed by ShoWTimE. I think all in that one battle. Wins that one for sure, does ShoWTimE. 144 to 138 total supply. Neeb has a lead, but if he keeps losing stuff like that, it is bad news bears. 2 Immortals killed by Neeb. Coming in with the Stalkers, just straight up trying to win, but Purification Nova blinked away at the last second. ShoWTimE, you are a master of this. 2 to 3 Immortals, 5 to 6 Immortals. ShoWTimE has a lead on both of these things, but not a huge one. Not a huge lead. He does have the upgrade advantage, though. +2 is already done for him, whereas +1 on the Stalkers. It's really about Disruptor hits, though. Stalker on Stalker battles aren't that common with Disruptors running around, because you can't just stand there and fight without a Purification Nova coming in to threaten to shoot you in the face. Or explode in your face, as the case may be. The Nova does kind of self-destruct, doesn't it? It really does. All right. So both players just kind of hanging out. Oh, I have been reading the webcomic Critical Miss on the escapist.com the last few days. Seems like they've kind of disappeared, though. Stalker versus Stalker battle here. Purification Nova's coming in, trying to catch Disruptors, catching one of ShoWTimE's, but not one of Neeb's. And that's a pretty good exchange there for our Blue Protoss player. Immortals coming in, killing a pylon that Neeb has placed at the top side for this very, very instance. Immortals, Sentries, the Stalkers pulling back, recognizing the army knows that we're here. Purification Nova sent on in, ShoWTimE too fast for it. So yeah, Critical Miss, really good. Really interesting. It is, they admit they're kind of a Penny Arcade ripoff a little bit in that they're profane and they cover video games a lot. Good humor, good writing, good art as well. And then they had a spin-off they did as there's an attack coming in of Zealots here at the 3rd base of 4th base of ShoWTimE. Up north of the 3rd. Zealots doing okay. But then defensive warping of Zealots shows up, and that's going to be pretty much all she wrote. Some probes are dying, mind you, which is not good for ShoWTimE, but overall, he didn't lose the base, which is great. And again, the upgrades, +2. Wait. Are there still these Immortals for Neeb showed in? When did they come in? I don't know. Either way, some more Zealots on top of Immortals here at the outside of this 4th base. Everything seems fine for ShoWTimE. He only lost 4 probes, which is not a big deal. Both players are going... Oh, I'm seeing carrier production now from Neeb. There it is. More Stargates coming in. Purification Nova on the way against these Stalkers, whiffing quite mightily. Did Neeb on that Purification Nova, and ShoWTimE sends another one back, sends another volley back to say, no thank you, sir. So another spin-off of Critical Miss was Aaron Dies Alone, which again went for a couple years, it seems like, and then has kind of... Both of them have kind of stopped in the last few months, and I'm not sure what's going on with those. It's weird that I kind of found them within a few months of when it seems like they've died. Purification Nova in again, catching one of the Stalkers of ShoWTimE, because again, the splits and the blink timing is just fantastic. He has to drill that. He does. Big old work of Zealots. +2 Zealots from ShoWTimE coming into Neeb's 3rd base. This is his 3rd. Up north of his natural. That cannon, not enough. Some Immortals coming in as well. He might just lose this base. Everyone trying to go home for Neeb. Trying to come in for the backside is ShoWTimE, but he gets stasis warded. Bunch of his Stalkers get caught there in the middle of the map and attack. Oh, there we go. Zealots and Stalkers at the 4th base of ShoWTimE, and we're going to just trade base for base now. I don't see there's any way of saving this thing. Although there aren't any Immortals here for Neeb's army at this 4th base for ShoWTimE. It'll take him longer to kill it than for the vice versa. Neeb chasing this army down. He mad. He's got +3 attack. +2 attack is done for ShoWTimE, but these Stalkers blinking forward, picking off Immortals. No, Immortals alive with 6 hit points. Oh, finally gets killed there. Can they take down the Nexus? I don't know if they can. No, the responding army for ShoWTimE does save the 4th base. Just in time, another skirmish of Purification Nova versus Purification Nova. Neeb catching a couple Zealots here. Ooh, and was that one of his own Disruptors that got killed? Yeah. So 3 carriers at a time on the way from Neeb, 1 on the way from ShoWTimE. We are moving into a Skytoss versus Skytoss situation. Neeb has a mothership. Does ShoWTimE, in fact, have a mothership? The answer is no. Is he working on one? Hang on. Units tab. No, he's not. He doesn't have one. He's not working on one either. More Purification Nova battles here in the middle. That's just Disruptor tennis for you. Just the Novas go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and they get returned. And it's pretty amazing. Another huge warping of Zealots from Neeb up top. How many? That's 8 Zealots. Wants to finish off this base. here at the 4th of ShoWTimE's so bad. Nova's Revelation's thrown down. Revelation shows as like an attack on the minimap, which is always super annoying. There's not an attack, it's just Revelation, but I guess I do want to know when that happens, so. Well played person who programmed the minimap to ping when Revelation happens. Purification Nova coming on down, patching some Stalkers up Neebs. He wins. ShoWTimE wins that battle. For sure. Zealots say it's time to come into the 4th base as, oh, there was defense from ShoWTimE, but everybody went home. Why did you go home? Kill the Nexus. Surround the Nexus. Purification Nova is up. It's not going to be enough. These Zealots, too many Zealots. The Nexus does end up falling. ShoWTimE has a 5th base up, though, so that's nice. But guess what? So does Neeb. And Neeb has replaced his 4th, but there's more Zealots coming up. And there are cannons defending as well. Purification Nova there. The Sky Toss has met the Sky Toss. Zealots trying to kill these cannons. They're going to do pretty well at it. Just because, again, cannons don't benefit from upgrades. But either way, some Stalkers here from ShoWTimE kind of getting singled out by these Zealots of Neeb that are still here at this 4th. Then the Carriers handle them pretty darn easily. Big old attack here at the 3rd of ShoWTimE. Carriers killing probes. Coming for the backside, though, is the Skytoss army of ShoWTimE. Can he win this? I don't know if he wants to. It's Interceptor versus Interceptor, which might be the most confusing matchup to try to cast in all of StarCraft. Ling versus Ling is hard to call as well, but Interceptor versus Interceptor, the colors are so small. Purification Nova's here all over the ground army of Neeb, but he dodges that pretty ably. He's kind of backed into a corner, though he could recall, and there's the recall. Did he? No, he didn't leave one of his carriers. Okay, didn't leave one of his carriers here. We do have another attack here. The 4th shut down by the recalling army. An Immortal of ShoWTimE's is shut down in the top side of the map as well. Resources lost 13,000 lost for Neeb at this point. 15,400 for ShoWTimE. And again, losing that base a problem. He's replanting it. But Neeb has 5 bases and there are 4. Purification Nova's coming down from Neeb to kill a couple Zealots. Or were those defensive Novas? I wish the Novas were different colors. Are they different colors? I don't think they're different colors. Dear Blizzard, please give me different colored Purification Nova. Sometimes it's hard to tell who sent off that Purification Nova and who owns it. 183 to 121 total supply. Neeb is looking strong. He's continuing to... Oh, he shuts down and forces the cancel on that replacement 4th base of ShoWTimE's. Not looking good. Neeb coming into this 3rd base of ShoWTimE's as well. The army out of position defending the 5th base. Can he save it is the question coming from the top side. Purification Novas are being sent down. Oh, okay, the circles are different. Fair enough. So blue and red. Never cancel that memo, Blizzard. But focusing down the Nexus, the 3rd base does end up kind of exploding. The Interceptors, there we go. They were distracted for a second, but they got it, and then they recall the heck on out of there. Another attack attempted here at Neeb's 4th base shut down, or was that just blinking because that's where the army went and they were under attack? Got to figure this stuff out sometimes. It is hard to solo cast and check the minimap at the same time, as you guys have noticed. Zealots on top of Stalkers here at where ShoWTimE might want to go for a 6th base. And all of Neeb's Zealots get completely murdered, but trying to replace the 4th base. Not even really bothering to replace the 3rd base here is ShoWTimE. He's in trouble. 179 to 121 total supply. More carriers on the way. It's 9 to 7. Neeb has the lead. He's making 2 more, though, and ShoWTimE is making 0 more. 0 more. He's going for a Templar Archives, though. Stormer Archons might be okay in this situation. I don't know, man. Oh, one of the Oracles gets killed. Was that Katy Perry? That might have been Katy Perry that died. Sorry, Katy Perry, you had a long 18-minute life. You did very well for yourself, but now you're dead. Revelation, yep, Neeb has his own Oracles now, throwing down Revelation on ShoWTimE's army. Coming up to threaten this 5th base of Neeb's, though. Cannon dies almost immediately. Nova's getting sent on out. It's hard to even tell what they're exploding on, because they can't hit air units, and all that's pretty much here is Disruptors. Rather, Interceptors, as it turns out. So 3 probes die. ShoWTimE tries to harass this 5th base, doesn't do a fantastic job at it. Just buying himself enough time to replant his 5th, which is back, and his 4th base, which is almost back. And being very patient here is the ShoWTimE. 3 carriers at a time, still 9 to 7. Is Neeb? How is it just? It takes forever, man. Carriers are a long build. 86 seconds is forever in StarCraft when you're waiting for them, and that's it. ShoWTimE with a GG. Whoa, a little bit out of nowhere there. I mean, he was down 200 to 130 supply, so when you're down 70 and it's 70 to 40 harvesters and you don't really have any way to expand because you don't have the mineral income for it and your army is smaller too, right? Army is 10,000 for Neeb and about 8 for ShoWTimE. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Resources lost, 17,000 for Neeb, then 17,000 for ShoWTimE. It's very close, but 41 probes lost by ShoWTimE, and that was it. He recognized that was a problem. Couldn't really come back in this situation, so Neeb gets the win. I told you, Neeb is upcoming, you guys. If you don't know who he is, first of all, what rock have you been living under? But follow him if you're a Protoss player, because he's going to be good for a long time to come. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.